She said money is like us in time. It lies but can't stand up.
Hi, Carrie, Susan, Amelia. Welcome. Oh, you liked that, Amelia? Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm so in love. I have such a huge crush on Joanna Macy. Rad lady. You guys, let's keep doing a little bit of liver or gallbladder channel, really, because we had a request for neck, shoulders, and hips and all that on the gallbladder channel. Let's start standing up. Taking the heels about as wide as the shoulders. And we'll twist. Just twist. So again, the liver likes to keep things moving, likes to keep the chi moving like a wave. And a lot of times in life, the chi will stagnate, kind of like a kink in a garden hose. So we just keep moving, we keep breathing, and see if we can get the chi to move more like a wave. At this point, you're going to make a loose fist and start to tap the tops of your shoulders when you twist. That should feel pretty nice because everyone has tension there. Gallbladder 21, upper trapezius, levator scap runs through there too. And then slow your twists and come back to center. And then from here, we're just gonna drop the chin down towards the chest and let the arms dangle, tiny bend in the knees, roll all the way down into a ragdoll. Take a single breath there. And on an in-breath, rise all the way back up. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky. Exhale, release them down, draw a wide circle with your fingertips. Inhale, a little taller through your crown. Tiny bend of the knees, chin to the chest. Exhale and roll all the way down into your ragdoll fold. Take a single breath. Let the head get super, super heavy. Tops of the shoulders relax. And slowly on your next in-breath, rise all the way up. Exhale, stand tall. Inhale, circle fingertips wide and all the way up to the sky. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, taller through your crown. And one more time, tiny bend in the knees, chin towards the chest, ragdoll the spine down into your Uttanasana. Take a single breath. Let go of tension in the angle of the jaw and the back of the skull. And on your next in-breath, slowly rising all the way up. Exhale, root your tailbone down. And inhale, fingertips come up to the sky. And exhaling, hands to the heart and just a normal Surya, half Surya Namaskar. Inhale, sweep fingertips up. Big exhale and forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhale, forward bow. Reverse the swan dive and sweep the fingertips all the way up to the sky. And exhaling, hands to the heart. So from here, we're going to take a chair. You're going to bend into the knees and take your left ankle over the right knee. And if this is a lot for you, just grab a chair and have a seat and pull the toes back towards the knee. Otherwise, you're sitting into your imaginary chair, taking the hands to the heart and drawing the shoulders to the back plane of the body, and actually pressing the shin bone down towards the ground. Sink nice and low. Find a soft tongue inside your mouth. We're here for 2. 1. Good. One-legged Tadasana. Fingertips to the sky, knee to the height of the hip. And exhale, take that foot down to the ground. Inhale, lift your right knee. And as you exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat, Virabhadrasana 2. So you open up facing the long edge. You sink low into the front knee. You have a peek at your back toes to see that they are actually pointing in towards you. And we open the fingertips off to the sides. Soft gaze over your front fingertips and just pulling energy from your outer left kneecap back into your bum. And feeling the liver channel stretch, the inner left groin out through the inner knee. And there, the chi makes a U-turn and pulls back through the Gall Bladder channel, outer knee into the outer hip. You got this for one more breath. Good. Reaching forward and pause there for a single breath using your belly. And then propping the forearm onto the thigh, top arm to the sky. You'll often hear teachers say that this is a side bend, not a back bend. And traditionally that's true. If you keep the low belly engaged, like you're zipping up a pair of jeans, pubic bone to the navel, and bend the top elbow, it can feel really nice to open the heart towards the sky as long as you're not sticking the butt out behind you. So dig down into the pinky toe blade of your back foot. Open your heart up to the sky. Draw your right shoulder blade down the back body and slide the sides of the throat straight back in space. See that you could keep the front knee from buckling in towards the midline for one more breath. Good. And then look down to the ground. Cartwheel the hands down onto either side of the front foot. And I'll invite you to drop the back knee down. Take it or leave it. Inhale, sweeping the fingertips up to the sky. And here we'll move into a twist. So it could be right fingertips down to the inside of the front foot, left hand onto the left knee, and then you twist. Or it could be right elbow over the left knee, making your prayer hands and twisting your heart towards your prayer. Press the knee into the right elbow into the knee, so that you can kind of tuck your left bum in towards the midline of your pose. Finding softness and strength in equal measure and letting the breath mimic those qualities too. Sthira and Sukha, work and ease. One more breath. Okay, and releasing the hands down to the inside of the front foot, widening your left foot off to the left side of the mat. Lift and spread the toes and peel the knee open to the side. Now squiggle your right knee back so that your pelvis gets nice and low and find a pretty deep bend in your front knee. And initially, it's just going to be lizard pose. So you're going to walk the hands forward. Maybe you come down onto the elbows, or maybe you don't. So the gallbladder channel in the lower body goes from that outer hip. On the left side, we're feeling that stretch down to the outer knee down to the outer ankle down to the fourth toe. Could you energize your left fourth toe for 2 breaths more? And sighing breath to move the liver chi in through the nose. And sigh the breath out. Rising up. You can take all fours or dog pose and lift your bent left knee towards the sky. Just for something different, if you're in all fours, you might want to take the right hand back and see if you can find the top of the foot while hugging the lower belly in and up and pressing the foot back in space to feel that the heart could resist against something to peel forward. So foot back, belly in, heart forward. One more breath. Good. And then releasing back into your all fours, and we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Let your ears, let your right ear brush up alongside your right upper arm, and then your left ear brushes up against the left upper arm. Just let the head sort of move from side to side, but keep the stability, keep the structure of the hands spreading wide, forearms lifting away from your mat so you have a stable base. Head can move or stay still for one more breath. Good. Tiny bend in the knees, look forward. Thich Nhat Hanh has an instruction for walking meditation, and he says, walk as though you are kissing the earth with your feet. So walk towards the top of your mat like that. Kiss your mat with your footsteps. And then you'll find yourself eventually in Uttanasana, inhaling, gliding your heart forward. And exhale to forward fold, ragdoll, tiny bend in the knees, soft, soft through your crown. And on your in-breath, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, tailbone down and shoulders back. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. And exhaling, hands to the heart. Let's take one breath in Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Good, opposite side. So you're going to take your right ankle over your left bent knee and have a seat. An actual seat or your chair pose kind of seat. And pull the toes back towards the knee, press the outer shin bone down towards the ground. Now as you feel the hips drawing back, let the side body lengthen forward through the armpits, sides of the neck lengthening forward as well. Steady gaze, remembering that the liver relates to the eyes. They're both nourished by blood in Chinese medicine. And goji berries are really good for blurry eyes and for liver blood. Anyway, rise on up into your one-legged Tadasana, nice and slow. Exhaling, hands to the heart, sole of the foot down to the ground. And inhale, lift your left knee. And exhale, step it back into your Virabhadrasana 2. So you spin the back heel down and feel the front. Look to see that your front foot bisects your back arch. It's a pretty wide stance. And then you sweep the fingertips off to the sides. If you look down, you guys, and you see that your shoulders are forward of your hips, see if you can back that up so that you line up your shoulders right over the hips. They say that that's kind of a sign of future tripping, like you're worrying about the future, you just want to get there. And when you can line up your heart right over the center of your belly, that's more plugged into the present moment. The gaze can look forward. It's soft and stable. For one more. Good, and then inhale, reach forward. Exhale, stay here. Inhale again. And exhale, place the elbow to the knee, top arm to the sky. Again, that little bend in the elbow. And for a moment, just stick the butt out behind you and feel how easy that is and how you basically lose all of the connection to your legs. So we want to integrate the pose so it has integrity, so that it has oneness. Kick down into your back heel, hug the belly in and up, and then from the strength of the integrity in your core, peel the left side of the heart open towards the sky. Unshrug the shoulders and breathe into what you feel. Good, and then from here, we're going to look down towards the ground and place the hands onto either side of your front foot. Spin the back heel up. You might need to widen the right foot to the right now that we're facing the short edge of the mat. The heels are hips distance apart. And you can keep your left hand down, right hand onto the knee, coming into your twist, or you can take your fingertips up to the sky, exhaling hands through the heart, and then hooking your left elbow over the right knee, twist. So here we're literally twisting into the space of the liver, which lives underneath the right rib cage. It's a pretty big organ. It's so big actually that your right kidney sits a little bit lower than your left one. Each time that you breathe out, you give a little bit of stimulation to the liver. Instead of sitting stagnant in the same spot all the time, you move some things in the liver with the twists. Also, we know that the liver chi stagnates in the ribs, and twists are good for stretching the intercostal muscles between the ribs. One more. Good, and come on back to center, unraveling and widening your right foot off to the right. Lift and spread the toes and open the knee out to the side. So pull the toes back towards the knee quite a bit. You can squiggle your back knee back if you need to get the pelvis a little closer to the ground. And then begin to walk the hands forward any amount. Collarbones are broad, the breath is deep, sinking into what you feel. Can you enliven your right fourth toe? Pull the toenail back towards the kneecap. Okay, walking the hands back in. Go ahead and rise up. So again, you can take your downward facing dog, lifting your bent right knee towards the sky, or you could do that from all fours and maybe taking your left hand back to find the top of the foot. Hug the belly into the back body, press the foot back into the hand, and feel that your heart glides forward in space for 2. One. Go ahead and unravel that, coming back into an all fours position, hands and knees. And from here, let's come forward into a plank or a knee down plank. And we'll just pause here for 3 breaths, feeling the stability in your trunk. So the low belly draws in towards the core, the side waist draws in towards the core, and the tailbone points back towards the backs of the knees. And elbows graze the side ribs, and we're going to lower all the way down. Let's do a little bit of locust pulsing. So first we'll start with the arms alongside the body, and we're going to lift everything up. So inhale, lifting upper and lower body, and exhale to float it down. Inhale to lift everything up, and exhale to lower down. And one more time, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. If this bothers your low back at all, just cruise back into child's pose. If you're feeling pretty good, then take the arms in front of you, and we're gonna lift the right arm and the left leg. So inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. And switching sides, left arm, right leg. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Switch. 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 And switch. And then see if you can roll the inner thighs up towards the sky. And maybe you keep the arms forward as you inhale and lift. And exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And last time to inhale and lift. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep on breathing, keep on lifting. Let the gaze be soft and the eyebrows relaxed for just one more breath. Good, and then releasing the hands down alongside the chest. Inhale, lift the heart as the toenails come down to the ground. Keep a tiny little bend in the elbows and hug the shoulder blades towards each other like they could kiss at your spine. Draw your wind pools, the base of the skull, Gall Bladder 20, straight back in space for one more breath. Good. As you exhale, rise up through all fours, and we'll take our counter stretch in stages. So stage 1, puppy dog, walking the hands forward and lifting the hips. We want to find a little bit of traction here, so walk the hands well forward, maybe even just another quarter of an inch or so. And then fan wide through the fingertips. Feel that little arch in your palm, like the center of the palm lifts like a little suction cup away from your mat. And then just pull your hips back in space. Edge the heart forward towards the top of your mat, creating just a little bit more space between the bones in your spine. Really nice and supportive for the lower back. If you can, invite the underbelly to draw in and up towards the back body. Uddiyana Bandha, that's called sometimes. Good. And then from here, let the hands kind of drag along the ground like they don't want to come as you draw your hips back towards your heels. So you're tractioning the hands and just feel the sensation of your palms against the yoga mat. Kind of cool. And landing in your balasana, you might feel nicer to open the knees wide and touch the big toes together, but then do that thing again where you walk the hands a little more forward of where they're going to end up, and then let the hips drag back in space, feeling the hands drag back along the mat, and take your forehead down once again to the ground. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, inhaling. Open mouth, exhale. Okay, so from here, last stage, knees are going to come together. Toes are going to tuck under, and we're going to grab on to the pinky toe edges of our feet for rabbit pose. Taking the forehead down to the ground and keeping the head on the ground, you're going to lift the butt towards the sky and lean the weight of the upper back forward as you press the feet back in space. Curling into the upper back. We breathe. Press the feet back. Feel that your arms are getting longer from the feet pressing back and the upper back rounding forward for one more breath. Good. And then untuck the toes. Find a folded leaf, child's pose here. Forehead on the ground. Palms facing up. Shoulders sloping. Heavy towards the ground. Heavy and relaxed. 2 easy breaths here in this little seed posture. Just thinking about what we'd like to sow in the world around us as we think about moving outward in the next couple weeks. Breathe into the kidney space for one more. Good. Walk the fingertips forward and rise up through all fours, dropping your hips to one side, swinging your heels out in front of you, and lie down on your back. So from here, you're just going to interlace the hands behind the base of the skull, hug the elbows towards each other. Let's put a tiny little bend in the knees, and let the head be really heavy. Like you're holding a cantaloupe melon in your hands. It should be heavy. And you're gonna lift the head just using the strength of the arms. Elbows draw towards each other. And then actually give a tiny little bit of a push of the head back into the hands. And imagine that you could scoop the elbows forward and up. And maybe if your head is super heavy, it's like if you took your hands away, your head would just fall to the ground. Maybe you like to just turn the head in super slow motion, like chin to the right. Chin back through center. Chin to the left. Hang out, head is heavy. Good, and then come on back to center, releasing the head down onto the ground. Press the head down, just that much. Press the head down, lift the chest up, and hug the shoulder blades together. Take your right ankle over the left knee and hug your figure 4 in towards you, flexing the foot well. And some of us may be taking the right forearm to press the right thigh away from us. Let the jaw soften. Just because you're feeling something in your hip doesn't mean that the neck and shoulders and jaw need to jump on board to help. So it's actually not helpful. You take one more here, unless you're feeling something that you need to stay here, then you can. Now we just switch sides, taking left ankle over right knee, flexing the foot and hugging your figure 4 in towards you. Shoulders drop down, and maybe your left forearm helps to press the left thigh away from you, all the while hugging the figure 4 in. Construction going on at the school across the street. Take one more breath here. Okay, so from here, happy baby, knees to the armpit, soles of the feet to the sky. Wrap the pinky toes back down towards the ground and see if you can feel your sacrum and tailbone down towards the earth as well. We take one breath here in through the nose. Wide open mouth, exhale. Shavasana for lots of us. We're just going to lengthen the arms and the legs. Set a timer so that you can relax well. And then for those of us moving on to level 2, we're in a pretty good spot to do some ab work. So take the heels up towards the sky and exhale to lower the heels just to hover a couple of inches above the ground. Option to interlace hands behind the base of the skull and let the head lift as well. Inhale, lift your right heel. And exhale, take it back down just a few inches above the ground. Inhale, float your left heel up. And exhale, take it down. Inhale, right. And exhale, lower it down. Same right leg, inhale to lift, maybe twisting, taking your left elbow to the outer right knee. Upper body stays in the twist as we exhale and lower down. I'll do one more on that same right side. Inhale, lift. And exhale as you lower. Good, head comes back to center. Inhale, float your left heel up. And exhale, float it down. Inhale to lift, and maybe from here you take your right elbow to the outer left knee. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, back up. I think we did one more. Exhale and lower. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, come on back to center. And inhale, sweep the heels up to the sky. Exhale to float it down. Inhaling back up. And let's do 4 more of those. Exhale and lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhaling, lift. I think it's 2 more. Exhale and lower. Inhale to lift. Can you spread your toes wide? Exhale and lower. Inhale to lift. And 1 more. Exhale to lower. And inhale to lift. Okay, let's stretch it now. Taking the soles of the feet down onto the ground, arms alongside the body. Press the feet down and lift your hips up. Lift your hips up. Interlacing the hands beneath you. Hug the shoulder blades, upper arm bones closer towards each other. And some of you might like, if your wrists are happy and you're very bendy in the lower back, you could come onto the tippy toes. You could stay there. If you like, you can take the hands onto the back waistline so that the heels of the hands are in towards the spine and the fingertips point out towards the sides of the waist. You could stay there, or you could begin to extend one or both legs. Everyone put a little bit more weight underneath the base of your big toe mounds for 2. Good, walking the toes in. Press the feet down. Lift the hips up. Release the arms and release the hips all the way down. Arms up overhead, heels as wide as your mat, nice and slow. Windshield wiper legs from side to side. Good, inhaling, come on back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, roll to one side and rise up. So from here we're gonna do Gomukhasana, cow face pose. You can start with your right heel forward and take your left knee, outer knee, onto the top of the right one. So the side of your left foot is down onto the ground. Many of us will stay here, but some of us very bendy people can take the bottom knee and cow face that one too. Ideally, when you look down, you want to see one line across the heels, so not one forward of the other. And if you would like a deeper stretch and you're happy in the knees, then you can take the heels a little more forward in space. Okay. Right arm up towards the sky. Bend at the elbow and just maybe grab onto the elbow tip, and that can be your pose. If you feel a little more mobile, take your left hand out to the left with your thumb pointing down and reach back and see if you can grab onto like maybe just your t-shirt, or maybe you can make a bind with the hands. Some of us might be able to hinge forward some amount. The pose should be demanding a deeper breath from you as you roll your left shoulder open and extend your right shoulder tip up over your head for 3. For 2. And 1. Good. Inhale as you rise up and release the arms. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. Open mouth, exhale, back and down. Good, so just lean back, taking the heels towards the sky. You can try to keep the legs straight and release the fingertips forward. If you're feeling this like intense tightness just in your quads and your hip flexors, then I say better to bend the knees because we really want this to be felt in the core. You have one more breath. Good, and then take the left foot down, cross the right knee, outer knee, over the left one. Gomukhasana. Some of us will bend the bottom knee, and then just check it out to see that your heels are roughly in the same line. More accessible to bend the knees more. More challenging to take the heels further away from you. But see if you can stack the knees like really pretty directly on top of each other and then flex the toes back towards the knee. Okay, we're back. If this is too much for you, remember bottom leg straight forward. And then taking your left arm up to the sky, bend the elbow so the fingertips dangle just right there at the upper back. Right hand, thumb points down as you reach back and see if you can grab on either maybe to your t-shirt or your hands, or remember this option is here too, right palm onto the left elbow tip. Grab what you can grab and then notice that your chin likes to dip down towards the chest here and see if you can invite the brain to come back in line with the heart. Maybe you hinge forward any amount. Full Gomukhasana arms, you're working to roll the right shoulder open and everyone's working to lengthen from your left waistline out through the left armpit, out through the left elbow for a couple more patient breaths here. You just be with sensation without wanting any more or any less of it for one more breath. Good, and go ahead and rise up. Releasing the arms. And inhale, rolling the shoulders forward and up. Open mouth, exhale, back and down. Good, let's take the heels in front of us. Maybe the legs straight, maybe the knees bent, and hold your imaginary beach ball. Inhale, puff your heart to the sky. Exhale, tap your beach ball over to the right and down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Cross at the ankles, roll over the knees, and hop back into a plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale and lower the body down just halfway. Shoulders go no lower than the elbows. Inhale, float your heart to the sky, Urdhva Mukha. And exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back behind you. Exhaling, knee to chest, tiger pose. Nice and slow. Inhale, glide it up and back. And exhale, place the heel at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, back to your crescent. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhaling, crescent. Exhaling, Vira 3. And 2 more, a little bit slower with your own breath. Virabhadrasana 3. Kick through your back heel and take your left fingertips down towards the ground. Take your right hand onto the small of the back and begin to twist, peeling the right shoulder open, maybe the top arm to the sky. Some of you might want to bend the back knee and reach for the top of the foot, as you like. We're still here. Maybe you float the bottom fingertips away from the ground for your last 2. Can you stay in the twist and take the foot all the way to the back of the mat, landing in a twisting lunge, fingertips on the ground, feel your heart open, 1 more breath. Inhale to unravel, and next breath in, steps you back into a plank. Exhale to lower down just halfway. Inhale, upward facing, click all 10 toenails down. Exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana, in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, glide your left heel up and back behind you. Exhale, slow motion, knee to chest, rounding into the upper back. Inhale, glide it up and back. And exhale to place the heel just to the inside of the left thumb. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky, crescent. And exhale, Vira 3. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior 3. 3 more, a little bit slower with your own breath. Even if you're falling out of the pose, just fall gracefully with control. Last round. Good, and then from your Vira 3, take your right fingertips down, right underneath your right shoulder, left hand onto the small of the back. Shine your heart forward, reach through your back heel bone, and twist to the left. Some of you reaching your left fingertips to the sky, some of you bending the back knee, reaching for the top of the foot. If you need more steadiness, always just look down towards the ground. And especially if you want to take the fingertips, bottom fingertips off of the mat for your last 2. Good. Can you glide all the way back into a twisting lunge, landing the right hand to the inside of the front foot, left fingertips up towards the sky. Dig down into the entire sole of your left foot. 1 more breath. Good, and then inhale to unravel. Both hands down. Next in-breath steps you back into your plank pose. Exhale, lowering down only halfway. Inhale, heart lifts to the sky. Pause for 1 extra breath, strong legs. And exhaling to downward facing dog. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. In through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more time, inhaling. Open mouth, sighing breath. Good. Looking to the hands and either hopping through or coming down through all 4s, crossing the ankles behind you and coming into a seat. Just let the palms face up in a gesture of receiving, joining the thumb and the first finger. That feels nice for you. Breathing in, just be aware that you are breathing in. Breathing out, just know that you are breathing out. You can stay in your seated meditation. You can lie down in Shavasana as you like. The divine in me honors and salutes the divine in you.
and in all things. Namaste. Much love, yogis.